Just a quick forward to the video to let you know this won't be my typical content. The water's been too rough to go out spearing in, so this is just some other activities to fill the time. It's a little vloggy, honestly. It's not gonna be a vlog channel. It's hopefully a one-off. I just couldn't get in the water for a bit, so here are some other fun things to do.
Hi, my name is Hunter, and I lied to you in the last video. This will not be a three-prong mission. The ocean has yet to invite me back out, and it's not a place you want to be uninvited. The water's just been super rough lately. So this video is just going to be a weird little mix of side quests, kinda. We will get some sea urchins from the lagoons around here. We will learn to harvest and distill sea salt. And I'm going to talk about this thing. So it is a modified three-prong pole spear. It has two pieces of PVC here. One of them is around the spear and one of them is just connected to that one with some heat shrink tubing. The one that's not around the spear has the band connected into it with this screw. And on top of all that is a door hinge, also connected with PVC, or with heat shrink tubing, and with a few shoddy screws in there. That door hinge will latch onto this little nub, also heat shrink tubing. So you can pull it up, secure it on, and you don't have to use your muscles to hold the tension in the band. So this came about, I went out three-pronging with some family friends. They're kids, they're like 10, 12 years old, and they couldn't hold enough tension in the band to be effective with the pole spear. So I made this for them. As it's latched on there, you can just lift this up and it'll shoot out with all that tension. But I don't like how it needs two hands to operate right now. One to hold this and one to flick it up. So I'm gonna try to switch out this door hinge for this walkie-talkie clip here and make it operable with one hand. And we will show you how to put it together if you'd like as well. Well, we're gonna do it. So we'll deconstruct this, make it with this one. And there are a couple companies that sell pole spears that operate like this, but that's the only way they operate. I feel like this one, you can modify one that you have and kind of grow with it. Once you don't need the trigger mechanism anymore, you can get rid of it and you still have a fully functioning pole spear.
I got this new head strap for the camera, so for the rest of this segment, you guys are gonna be on my head. It's really important that you get the worst power drill on your entire landmass for this project. This one was $12 from Goodwill, and I will probably have to charge it twice before we're done filming here. But it works. Alright, first we're just gonna remove this old door hinge here. Alright, so these screw holes are a bit too wide to get onto this pipe correctly. So we're just gonna take some pliers and try to bend them around a little bit and hopefully not break our only one of these that we have. Well, that's pretty difficult. And we broke the only one that we had. So that's it for this segment. Let's go get some urchins. Well, I don't do anything else cool enough to film, so I'll try again tomorrow. Not feeling too optimistic, but let's see if the ocean wants to play today. Hey, I'm sorry. I don't mean to bug you. I was just walking. I'm sorry, stupid. Sorry. Well, this is quickly becoming the most uneventful vlog ever. Quick ook lesson. Just kidding. I'm not going to turn this camera back on until I have something good to film. Hopefully that is soon. We'll see. So, this is just how I like to extract the uni from these urchins here. They're called vana in Hawaii, actually, the sea urchins. Yeah, so on the underside of them, they have what they call a beak. It is their mouth. It's a little circle right in the middle of their body if you flip them over. And I like to open them up by just putting 2 knives on the same side of that mouth and just prying them open like that. And I used to try to clean out the whole cavity in there and then get the uni out, or the tongue. They call them tongues. It's kind of their eggs. There's 5 of them in each urchin. But yeah, it's definitely easier just to take out the tongue and then clean it off afterwards. So my setup here, I just extract it. I got a bowl of salted ice water over there that I rinse it off in, and I rest it on that chilled little Tupperware lid after it's out. Yeah, they're super delicate. You want to be really gentle getting them out. Just kind of working around. Get it from the top, the bottom, use front and the back of the spoon. Just whatever works. And I utilize those tongs a lot because I have been pricked a few times with the urchin, and it's not the worst thing ever, but it's just pretty uncomfy for a pretty long time. It honestly takes a couple of weeks for it to work its way out of your skin. Yeah, this one's a little different. Going. Honestly, this is maybe the best batch of urchin I've got. I'm not sure if it's the time of year or because I was diving all morning and it was 2 o'clock and I hadn't eaten anything, but it was really exceptional today. Alright, apologies for the framing of this last bit. This is just an old video that I took on my phone a while ago to show the salt processing. So after high tide, usually these tide pools fill up with water from those big waves, and then in between that and the next high tide, it'll evaporate and you'll be left with these salty little pockets. But the waves have been too big and all these tide pools are just covered in water, so I couldn't get any salt recently. But yeah, you just want to scrape it off there. Don't drag your spoon along the bottom. You'll get a lot of gunk that way. Freezing is optional. I do it to kill the germs, but it's boiled too. Not really necessary. Just a little pedantic in the kitchen sometimes. Strain it a few times through a few layers of paper towels. You want it to be clear, and then boil it until it's a wet sand consistency. Then you can pat it dry with paper towels and leave it out in the sun for a few days, and you will have salt. This is a very fine, powdery, mineral-heavy salt. If you want the good flaky stuff, you will have to find someone more knowledgeable than me. But it's still fun to make your own salt.